Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Jason. Coming back with another one, man. Listen, y'all see that sun in the backdrop? Y'all see it back there, man. That means we getting through the day, we making way, and we don't play. So hopefully y'all having yourselves a good day, man. You know, we in the final stretch of this thing. All praises to the Most High, you know. But yeah, man, I just want to come out here, get some fresh air, and holler at y'all real quick, man. Because listen, you know, I was thinking, man, I want y'all to understand that there's nothing interesting about fleshly people. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing interesting about them when you think about it. Think about yourself and how you was, you know, when you was always in your flesh. What did you think about all the time? You know, you thought about pleasure. You know, you thought about entertainment. You know, you thought about eating. You know what I'm saying? You just thought a lot about the things of this world and pleasing yourself, bro. And when you think about it, there's nothing interesting about that. You know, it's nothing that really defines you. You know, there's nothing that really displays who you are or what you about. You know, all it does is show that you are of the things of this world. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You just have a life, you live in it, but there's nothing more to you. You know, you don't think outside of the box. You know, you just think things are what it is. And it's just pretty black and white. You know, nothing spiritual. You know what I'm saying? You don't think deep at all. You know what I'm saying? But you think about when you are a spiritual person, when you know the Most High's word, you know his laws, statutes, and commandments, you actually out here doing it, you building your faith up, you know, you got the Ruach in you, and you see things different. Because that's what the Most High wants you to see. He wants you to see and understand things that are beyond this world, beyond this matrix, beyond what the world is showing you, beyond the flesh. You know what I'm saying? You know, the flesh can only show you so much, and this world can only show you so much. You know, why you think the adversary wants you in your flesh all the time? Because when you are in the flesh, you are blind. You are blind to spiritual things. You are blind to things that you need to know. You are blind to faith in our Father, blind to Yahusha. You know what I'm saying? And the sacrifices that he made, the love that he has for us, salvation. You know what I'm saying? You blind to all the things that is necessary for you to get to the next level, you know, in this life and the next. You know, you blind to those things when you in your flesh. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing interesting about you when you there, when you blind. All you know is that you hungry, you want to eat. All you know is that you horny and you want to have sex. All you know is that you need to be entertained. And that's exactly what they do. That's exactly what this world do. They entertain your every fleshly need. You know, nothing that make you think deep, nothing that makes you healthy, nothing that makes you spiritual, nothing that draws you closer to the Most High, nothing that makes you think deep, you know what I'm saying, beyond this world, nothing. You know, and oftentimes a lot of people wonder why they be under all these attacks. You know, they under so many attacks because they are under a delusion. You know what I'm saying? You know, so when you under a delusion, you're really not gonna see where the attacks is coming from because you're too busy being distracted and you're under that delusion. You know what I'm saying? That Satan put right in your face, that Satan put in your mind, put in your heart. You know what I'm saying? That got you out here reprobate and you can't even see what's fake. You can't even see what's real. Matter of fact, you think the fake is real. You know, you ever knew some people like that and they argue tooth and nail about it? They will argue tooth and nail about it, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't distinguish it really, but they so convinced. You know what I'm saying? They so convinced and blinded by their sin, blinded by their iniquity, blinded by their fleshly ways, their carnal thoughts. They so blinded by that, and they will argue with you tooth and nail and act as if they know what they talking about when they really don't. When they really don't. So it's just like, bruh, there's so many people that's out there, bruh. That's why we shouldn't be arguing with folks. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of people out there like that that's under a delusion. You know what I'm saying? That's reprobate. And they not trying to hear what you got to say. They not trying to hear about spiritual things. They not trying to hear about the Most High. They not trying to talk about Yahusha because they don't have the Ruach in them. They don't have the Ruach in them. So a lot of times, bro, you're not even talking to the real people out here because they don't even know who they are. They don't even know the real them. And that's just, unfortunately, the things that happen when you live in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? When that's just all your life is about, bruh. And that's what all my life used to be about, bro, was just feeling good, chasing hoes, getting a little bit of money, and just feeding the matrix, feeding my flesh, feeding the matrix, feeding the system, and chasing pleasure, chasing the things of this world. And when you think about it, bro, wasn't nothing interesting about me but to be mad, you know what I'm saying, and confused when I'm going through things in these toxic relationships. Be confused when I'm going through things, when I'm drinking all that alcohol and killing myself. Be confused with things, when I'm snorting that cocaine. You know what I'm saying? When I'm off in this world, jumping in these girls. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, but we look at everybody else like they the problem, like the world the problem. When really it's you the problem. You the problem. The more you keep feeding the flesh and not the spirit, you the problem. The more you want to stay in sin, you the problem. The more you duck them fades of the Most High that could get you right in your life and in your spirit, you the problem. The more you continue to not work out your own salvation, you are the problem. You know what I mean? Because you want to stay in darkness, but you want everybody to understand you and feel you and chase you and love you. But ain't giving them nothing to love, bro. What is it about you? You don't even know you. What is it about you that make you interesting? Can't even have a deep conversation. You just believe everything that's in front of you. You ain't even thinking next level. You know what I'm saying? And this was me. I could describe it so vividly because this was me. You know what I'm saying? And I had that thought too, when you just see other people that's still on that broad path, they not on no journey, not trying to put up no type of fight, not even knowing that they going through these spiritual battles, not putting up any type of fight or, using the things that the Most High give us, the tools that he give us, to help us fend off these demons. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like when you see a lot of people that's like that, bro, it's like, man, what can we talk about? What could you really talk? What conversation can you really have with a lot of these people out here? You think about these women, bro. You think about some of these chicks, bro. Think about, you got a relationship with the Most High. You got them spiritual lenses on. So imagine going out with a chick that only want to talk about, money. Only want to talk about the things of this world. Only want to talk about food and going out to eat. Only want to talk about entertainment. It's you're not gonna find her interesting or let alone even want to take her serious, bro. You not. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna want to take her serious. The only way you would take her serious is if you was in your flesh. The only thing that'll make her interesting is if you was in your flesh. You know what I'm saying? Fleshly people only interested to fleshly people because they talk about the same things. They interested in the same things. They're on the same path. You know what I'm saying? But, You know, when you out here looking for a wife, you know, somebody to live your life with, a good helpmeet that you could team up with and both of y'all could take each other to the next level, you ain't gonna want her. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time, bro. You know, before things crumble. And 9 times out of 10, bro, when she see the real you, that's more that put Yahuwah first, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, seeking spiritual things, spiritual gifts, spiritual fruits, she gonna lose interest in you. She ain't gonna want you she gonna look at you as a lame, as somebody that's a goody two shoes. You know what I'm saying? She gonna want people that's out there that could give her the things that she desire of this world. And if you can't supply that, you know what I mean? Then listen, bro, and you can't buy that, she not gonna want you. You know, why you think her face always in social media? Why you think her face always into this music and stuff like that, bro? You know, don't you realize that that's what most people live through? They live through, don't you know that? They so not interested in their own life that they will live through other people's life as if it was their life. You know what I'm saying? So guess what, bro? You know, they gonna believe more in the music that they listening to than listening to you. They ain't going to hear you. They gonna cut the music up right in your face. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you try to have a real conversation, a serious conversation, a deep conversation, a spiritual conversation, you know what I'm saying? A Yali conversation. You know what I'm saying? A holy conversation, bro. She gonna turn the music up on you. She rather, you know what I'm saying? She gonna cut that music up on you, bro, because she rather hear those things than to hear you. You know what I'm saying? Why you think in Matthew 7:6, Yahusha say, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls unto swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you, bro. They listen, bro. They gonna disrespect everything that you about. Everything that you about, they gonna trample them under their feet. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna rend you. They gonna rough you up. They gonna rob you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna reproach you. They ain't gonna want no parts of it. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? You gave holy things to the dogs. And listen, don't get mad at me. That's what Yahusha called them. So, you know, you're not going to want to talk about spiritual things with people that's of this world because they're not interested in that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, like the more you draw closer to the Most High and the more you in this light, you're going to realize that most people don't got nothing to talk about. They ain't got nothing to talk about, bro. Nothing real. You can't hit, and it gets lonely because you can't. The conversations that you need to have and want to have with people, you got to understand. And Matthew Yahusha also said, in Matthew 18:20, he said, where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. You know what I'm saying? So guess what, bro? Like, you can't, it's hard to even find people to talk about spiritual things, talk about the Messiah, talk about the Most High with. So it makes it tough, man. But you got to hold on and understand we're in different times. Connect with the people that's with you and you'll be all right? And that's my word, man. My name is Sinn, the Sinn-Take. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace.